Hey guys, it's Redlining and welcome back to another episode of Life. I forgot which episode number this is, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the last two episodes of the Christmas special. So we should just get started. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Today's song of the week is "Thankful for You" by Toby Mac. Basically, Toby Mac is saying thank you to God. He's like saying thank you for everything in his life and all of that kind of stuff. It's never been my dream to see my face in magazines. It's always been about the music, but when got the music, you free. I forgot the rest. Okay, and now let's move on to the verse of the week. 2 John 1:6. And loving means living the way He commanded us to live, and God's command is this that you live in a life of love. You heard this command from the beginning. This verse finds the kind of love John speaks of. It means obeying God's commands. Love is not merely an emotion, but requires action based on truth. Here, the exact Greek word agape, translate as love, effectively meaning a selfish love, a focus on other people. John use of it here certainly includes emotion aspect, but as much more specific than most modern definitions of love. The primary example of this kind of love is Jesus, who showed it through his life and actions. It includes loving one another as well as walking in obedience to God's truth. John this command is one of the reader should already be familiar with. He repeats that loving one another is not optional. It is a command, because it is a functional command connected to Jesus himself. Believers are to walk in it or obey it. Intending to love apart from God's truth is not legitimate. I'm sorry, I don't know how to read words. According to this letter. And that is a verse of the week. And now we should move on to the kid related thing in the end. And this one is I'm very excited for. We're going to VeggieTales, and today we're going to be doing Esther, the girl who became queen. And this is my favorite VeggieTales movie, and also Esther is my favorite Bible story. So we should just move on. Okay, let's start with the plot. The story opens at 3 o'clock a.m. at a palace in Persia in the year 25,000 BC, where King Xerxes' right-hand man is drawing Queen Vashti out for insubordination as she refused to make the king a sandwich at the hour. A search is then initiated to find a new queen. The following day, Esther and her cousin Mordecai are talking on the street. Esther is asking for Mordecai's advice, but his question reveals that Esther knows what to do, but she lacks the courage to do it. He tells her that she should not be afraid to do what is right. To confront Esther's friend who stole an apple when Haman drives up in a car wagon to collect the eligible maidens. He spots Mordecai and orders him to bow in his presence, but Mordecai refuses to bow down to no one except God and the king. Haman then spots Esther and has her taken to the palace with the other maidens. Through the relationship between Mordecai and Esther is kept secret. At the palace, the king and Haman audition the maidens to be the new queen when Esther takes the stage and sings. The battle is not ours, we look to God above, for He will guide us safely through and guard us with His love. So do not be afraid. You may not run and hide, for there is nothing I can face when God is at my side. I have song memories, that's right. Okay. The king is left in awe, and this decision is made. However, Esther does not wish to be the queen. Regardless, she is crowned and escorts in her new life against her will. One day, in the throne room of the palace, the king is visited by one of the imperial brothers, who has brought him a large cake unannounced. Visitors are not permitted, but the king allows him to be heard. Peony convinces him to come and look at the cake, while Peony's brother hangs onto a rope. The other and the which supports a grand piano from 1750 AD, suspended above the cake. Mordecai is hiding in the corner to avoid Haman. Haman observes the plot and informs Esther. Esther warns the king in time, and the piano crashes harmlessly onto the cake. The king thanks her for saving his life, but she indicates Mordecai, saying that the credit should be his. Haman banished the Peony brothers to the island of political tickling for the crimes of attempting to crush the king, and for entering the throne room uninvited. Though the king believes he is safe, Haman convinces him that a greater threat awaits. There is a family that cannot be trusted. He claims and poses an imminent danger to the king. Unaware that Haman is talking about Mordecai, the king willingly authorized an indicative to have him and his family vanish to the island of tickling. Mordecai finds this edict posted in the streets and visits Esther on her balcony at the palace. He appears to his cousin to reveal Haman's evil plans to the king, but Esther is afraid, and as she lacks the courage, is to confront the king and struggles with what to do. While Mordecai reminds her that she needs not to fear and to do what's right, action does not come easy for Esther. And then she sings like a little song. I remember her singing a little song where she's like, "Tell me why I don't understand. Tell me why, or show me your hand. Tell me why, because I can't see way through. Why now should I do?" Then she kind of thinking or walking around and thinking. Then she finally gets the courage, puts back on her crown, and re-sings the song she sang during the audition. The battle is not ours. We look to God above, for He will guide us safely through and guard us with His love. So do not be afraid, for we may not run and hide, for there is nothing I can take when God is at our side. Okay, now back to the story. Twice she attempts to inform the king, and both times she fails, namely inviting the king and Haman to dinner instead. Meanwhile, Haman attempts to get Mordecai to bow to him again, and threatens to have him banished and carried out immediately when he refuses. His attempt is foiled when the king declares his plan to throw a parade in Mordecai's honor to saving his life. Utterly humiliating Haman. On her third attempt, Esther is finally able to muster up the courage to face the king. She reveals that Mordecai is her cousin, and the Haman has been plotting to destroy him and his family, which includes her. The king, who respects Mordecai and loves Esther, finally decides once and for all to banish Haman to the island of particular tickling, alongside anyone else who dares to scheme against his beautiful queen and her family. In the end, Mordecai ends up filling Haman's former position as the king's right-hand man. Haman and the Repetition brothers are still on the island of Tikling, and Esther is still the king's queen. Yay! Well, that is all for today, and I hope you got something from this. And okay, sorry that my laptop was frozen, but anyways, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope God makes a meaning in your life. So that's all. But you're gonna be seeing some words in 3, 2, 1.